has it. Keeps it going well. In with a chance. What a sight, what a goal. Fabulous, absolutely fabulous. Right off the sweet spot with that volley. Great goal.
Oh, the keeper just stood and watched.
Hello everyone, this is CJNovo992 and today I have a brand new episode of my National Squad Builder series. It is the updated version of my Belgian squad. Now we are going to run the 3-4-2-1 formation, I think, as I did back, and I think the second or first episode of the NSB. We're going to start off with the goalkeeper, and we have an updated version of Inform. I can never say his name, lads, but he's very frustrating sometimes. He's got some good aspects of him, as you'll see by this penalty, how he's got really good reactions and very good handling. This was I think this was one of the most hardest games I've ever played, and I ended up beating the guy 5-4, as you saw, pretty much because of that penalty save. He's got great handling, lads. Anything that gets hit of him, especially from corners, he seems to just catch. But his downside is he's very slow and sluggish to get out to the ball, and that can sometimes be very frustrating. The next players we have is the Inform Company, and this was probably the best thing he's done for me. That was pretty nice. I've actually got a couple of them in the squad, in this actual video, those sort of last ditch challenges, because you will concede a lot of goals with this squad, lads. You'll have to be very good at defending, and you'll need to be even better at attacking if you want to win with this squad, but I'll talk about that a bit later. Inform Company, is it really worth the amount of coins you have to pay for him? Definitely not, lads. He's got some good aspects, he's very strong, but he's not got high defensive work rate. He doesn't seem to be always in the right place, and that can be sometimes frustrating. We have Inform Vertonghen next. Not to say actually the second Inform Vertonghen, and I didn't actually get any like off the lines with him or a header goal, actually, because he doesn't actually go for the headers. That's Company and the next man's sort of defensive area. He's just sort of hangs back, but he's a very phenomenal player too, and you'll see a lot of him in the next two squad builders, so that's going to come up in the next week or two. The next player is just going to be the regular edition of Vermaelen. I was waiting a very long time for an Inform, but it doesn't look like he's going to get one. He's not even in the first team, but he done that, lads, and I thought that was a fantastic block on the line. That was on me. I knew he was going to shoot, just blocked it, but he had the control just to keep it off over the line, and he was actually pretty solid. The one thing I will say about the defence right now, lads, is every single one of them doesn't have high defensive work rate, and Vertonghen and Vermaelen have actually high attacking work rate, so that can be very frustrating. The right mid is sort of the unsung hero of the squad. He's very solid, 4-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot. Get him for 600 coins. He's by far the cheapest player in the squad. But actually, lads, he didn't really let me down ever. Whenever he seemed to be good enough at passing, he had enough pace, he tracked back, he's got high defensive work rate, so that definitely helped the squad. You definitely need him in there, lads, just to keep the balance of the squad overall. The next player is going to be the second Inform Mertens, I believe that's pronounced, and he's just a ball control machine, lads. His ball control rivals even the left forward, but I will speak about that in the next few minutes. He is pretty damn amazing in this left mid role. He wouldn't really work as a left forward because his finishing isn't that great compared to the left forward I'll be talking about soon. But he's got great ball control, great skill, and his curve shot is fantastic, lads. He's got some nice curve shots to me. And pretty much, he's just his overall explosion from the ball. Whenever he gets it, I could just see me run down, do a nice couple of skill moves. I think it's 4-star skill moves and 4-star weak foot, maybe, or maybe 5-star weak foot. I'm not 100% sure, lads, but he's definitely a fantastic player. There he goes, 4-star skill moves and 4-star weak foot. So I was right, I think, the second time, whatever. Anyway, we're going to start off with the first Inform, the next Inform, I should say, and that's going to be Witzel. I don't have second Inform Fellaini, pretty much because I had him in my first episode of the Belgian squad, and I didn't really want to do it again. I wanted to sort of update the players, wanted to have a few different ones in there, and that's why he's in here, lads. And I actually had him for my Russian League squad, if you can remember that far back, and he was pretty much epic, but he sort of exploded a wee bit better in this squad. He scored a lot more goals. He didn't score any goals for me in the Russian League squad, but in this squad he scored a couple of goals, and he was very pivotal from defending corners because of his height. The next player is going to be Dembele, obviously because of that Spurs link, but pretty much, lads, he's got the tank sort of to help back in defence. I did try a few other centre mids in this position, like the Inform, I think he's German, or then from Belgian, I should say, that plays in for Werder Bremen. But he wasn't that great for me, lads. I've got to be 100% honest. And there's another Witzel goal. That was just sort of the way they two played. They had a great little passing range in between them. They just sort of seemed to set each other up. But to be honest, lads, you've got to have Dembele in there, but you can also play him in the right mid position. I'll show you that a bit later on as well. We're going to start off with the right forward now, and that's going to be Lager. Again, I absolutely love this guy. Had him last year. You could see we're getting beat 3-2 here in the extra time. I thought he was one of the most underrated cards in last year, and he's maybe not as overpowered as he was last year, but he's still brilliant for the price you can get him. Beautiful control there, just slips around the volley, fantastic player. That's a 100-minute goal, and I think we've gone on to win that game 4-3, or maybe it was on penalties, something like that. But lads, like I said, he isn't as overpowered as he was last year. I'm not going to say he's one of the best right forwards in the game. For the Belgians, he probably by far is the best. You can get a lot more pacier ones than him, like 92 pacer or a 91. But I don't know, he's got good enough pace, as you can see. He just seems to explode from people. It's his finishing though, lads, that really makes him stand out from the other pace and abusing Belgian players. And I think that's why you should go ahead and give him a go. He scores a lot of goals. You'll see a couple more, I think 2 more highlights after this one, just showing you his sort of range. He's got good passing as well, good crossing. He's actually pretty decent in the air, but this was a lovely finish here, just a lovely chip over the goalkeeper. That was probably the goalie's fault, to be honest, if you look at it, if you're going to over-analyse it. But he just seems to be always in the right place at the right time, and of course he has got high attacking work rate, so he's always up and around the place. Them three just seem to work perfectly. Let's start off with the left forward now, and that is going to be Inform Hazard. A lot of these guys wanted to do a squad for a very long time. I know Ryan does. He wanted me to do a Chelsea squad with him, and there you go, just a rainbow flick over. This guy is phenomenal. Yeah, lads, his price has gone up and down, up and down. I don't know what's going on. I picked mine up for 311k, which seemed to be an absolute steal now, because he's up to 370 to 380k once again. No idea why. Maybe the panic buyers are starting to realise that the prices aren't dropping that low. But lads, he just finished so many goals for me, either for his right foot, his left foot, rainbow flick, trick goals. It doesn't matter. He just seemed to... It doesn't matter from Chelsea. Oh my god. Anyway, you see there's got real explosion from the ball. He just seems to pick up the ball in any area. I have a lot of goal highlights for them. I've actually had to cut a lot of highlights out of him. Him and my striker, I had... when I first made the squad and edited it, I actually had 29 minutes of footage, lads, and there was no way I was going to upload that. But there you go, there's a Hazard header, chip header. I bet he's never seen that before. Some nice play again with Witzel, just chips it through. This is a great goal, I think. Just touches it just past the defender. I think that was Mika Richards. So you all know how strong actually Mika Richards actually is on the ball. And Hazard, just to give enough little energy, enough, just a little bit of aggression, just to push by him, holds him off, and just finishes perfectly into the corner. That's what sort of he can do. And this one was a pretty important goal as well, actually. I was getting beat 4-2 in the 78th minute or 79th minute. Oh, it was the 8th minute, whatever. Anyway, I actually came back in this game again, and that was pretty much because Hazard actually scored a hat-trick in that game, and that was pretty epic. And maybe do a little special video just to show that game, because that was an insane game. I did score a... As I did say earlier in the video, you do concede a lot of goals, lads, so you're going to need to be good at defending and very, very good at attacking if you want to win with the squad, because the defence isn't that great, lads. Don't get blinded by the informs and think, oh, this is going to be one of the best squads you've ever seen. They can be very frustrating because they're high attacking work rate. Normally it was ever going to be the right mid and KOMPANY that was sort of in the back area, and that was sort of frustrating. So be wary when you're playing with counter-attacks with the squad, lads. But when you've got players like this, Dembele does some nice work, crosses over a Hazard for another header, you're always going to score goals. So just be patient with your build-up, just do some nice passing. You can work it from left to right, just sort of squashing the ball, and you always eventually get through, especially with the clinical strikers you actually have in the squad. But let's talk about our main striker now. I don't have Morales. He did score that lovely goal, the very first one, but he's actually my bench player. This is going to be Lukaku. A lot of you wanted to see. I was trying to get his inform, lads, but I did trade for like a week, and I was still 200k behind, and I just couldn't be bothered because his price is 600k, and I had to put the squad over 1.7 million coins, and I really couldn't be bothered trading another 200k, lads. But that just shows you how strong he actually is there. You think he's lost it eventually, but he doesn't. He just holds on. He's probably, I've never played with such dominant striker before. You see their lovely finish as well, but he's not just a beast as that finish actually shows. He's very good. He's very good at passing. The free link-up play, I would say, between the whole strikers was actually pretty epic. But he's got great finishing on him. Either right foot, left foot, it doesn't matter. He's got a great header on him. He's got good skill moves. He's got good little ball control. Sort of sticks to his feet, and his volley, I thought I really liked this one. But there's a volley coming up in the highlights where he actually... he's just charging and he just shoves the guy completely out the way. And I just thought that was a really funny goal. That was a nice little ball from Liga, just perfectly heighted, and I've just a volley from outside the box. Pretty hard one. Here's another one, just the build up, starting with Vermaelen at the back. Sort of just, it shows you the build up with the squad, what you're going to need to do. 1-0 after 24th minute. Some nice work by the right mid. Liga passes in and Dembele, first touch. to Lukaku, and Lukaku just finishes perfectly with his left foot. I'm pretty sure he is left-footed, lads, and this is actually shows you how good his weak foot is. I thought he was right-footed and was playing him like a right-footed striker until I was actually just recording the squad, because I recorded the squad after, like, I don't know, maybe 11, 13 games, something like that, and I went on to play 33 games with the squad, so I did play a lot more. But after like 13 games, lads, I realised that he's actually left-footed. So if you're ever going to give a striker a compliment on how good his weak foot is, that's probably the best one, not even knowing that was his weak foot. But as you can see, it's just his strength, holding off again, lovely touch. This is that game I was telling you about when I came back, when I was getting beat 4-1 down and came back 4 each with a Hazard hat-trick and a Lukaku late goal. That was a really good goal there, but it was all about his strength, being able to hold off the first defender. Nice ball control, just slips it by. And lads, I could have had so many more highlights, but I don't think he's able to watch anymore. I couldn't even record anymore. It was just sick how many good goals I actually scored with the squad, and the amount of goals I actually had to cut out. Some of them would have been perfect. If I was doing a club squad build or something like that, they would have been definitely in there. Because it's national squad builder and sort of the type of goals I've already got, I had to cut a lot of them out. But here's some nice play again from Lukaku, just the strength, and that shows you how quick his pace is. Look at that, 4 players all around him, peels away from the maul and just finishes perfectly. That's just what Lukaku can do, lads. Explode from the ball. The free strikers actually are pretty all explosive, especially with the left mid as well from Mertens. That's what you get with the squad, lads. It's very attacking. Hazard again playing some nice balls here. Hint it to Lukaku. Nice 1-2 with Dembele once again. There's that one there. Shoves him on his ass. I think he tried to maybe crunch me and Lukaku just pushed him out the way. Phenomenal strength from Lukaku, lads. He's definitely worth the coins. I've always been a little bit sceptical when you're playing with silver strikers and people on Foothead are saying, oh, this guy's amazing, buy him is amazing. They're normally never that good, especially I'm going to do a Juventus squad, and I was absolutely raging at someone on Foothead because he had like 105 thumbs up saying this guy was amazing, and he was absolutely shit for me. But I'll talk about that when that squad does eventually come. And there's another late goal from Lukaku, giving a little bit of shush, because that guy, I normally don't do the shush, but when he went in front with that last goal, he actually paused it 3 times and continued to message me. So that's why I gave him a little shush there, and I ended up beating him in extra time again. So that was a pretty fun one. So that's all the Lukaku. How many games? Oh, 17 games I played, 21 goals. I ended up playing 33 games, like as I said. I think he actually reached 50 goals or something like that. I can't remember, it was insane. Him and Hazard, he was the top goal scorer, Hazard was behind him, and then Lagar was slightly behind him. So let's go through some of the sub players if you cannot afford some of the informs. This guy, I have no idea how to pronounce his name. I'm not going to try and pronounce his name, but he was actually really good. I actually played him a lot more than I was originally intending. I just threw him on just thinking, oh, let's see what he's got, but he's so good. He's got 4-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot, good pace, good strength, good defending stats, and a lovely finish on him, and obviously good ball control as well. That was the only goal he scored there, lads. But if you want to pick up a cheap player, you can't afford Witzel, or maybe you don't want to get Dembele there because he's highness, just pick up this guy and see what he can do. He's very, very good, and he'll definitely surprise you. You can actually chuck him in. I was sort of playing this if I was ever the right mid was ever having a poor game or something, just to be different. I played Dembele on the right mid position, and I actually played him centre mid because Dembele's got high. He tracked forward and also he tracked back. He's also 6 foot, so that helped in the defence as well. So if you want to be a lot more defensive, if your game's sort of been if a guy's just completely counter attacking you, that's definitely a good way to play it, lads. And the next player just could be the normal edition of Fellaini. I just picked him up just for one contract, played him once or something. He was decent. He's just the exact same as his inform. I said that when I was doing the national squad builder the first time. There's not much difference between him and his inform, and I wouldn't really say you should go and pick him up. But there's Morales, someone I absolutely love because of course like Everton as well. Scored that phenomenal goal at the start. I just loved how sort of calm, composed, and just stylish it looked. It sort of looked like a Berbatov finish, and that's just sort of, he did score that lovely goal at the start, but that's sort of the goals he will score for you guys. And of course there's some Pizzini. Right, lads, let's get into this price now. This price was between 925k to 950, but that price has actually gone up. So this squad is around 1 million coins now because of the Hazard price increase. The best players are going to be Hazard and Lukaku. Honourable mention is going to be the entire midfield. I thought it was phenomenal. The defence was definitely the weak link, lads, because of the high attacking work rates. The pros are the quick counter-attacks, but the cons are receiving quick counter-attacks. But lads, I had crazy fun with this squad. As frustrating as it was, I did score a lot of goals. I had a lot of fun, scored some nice goals. So I'm going to give it a 10, lads. Just a personal opinion. But as always, I've been CJ Novo 92. Bye-bye.